Before this video starts, I want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. With the start of the 13th anniversary for the global version, there are some brand new units that come along with the event. There are 5 new ranger units and a large mech uber, which I've already made a video on if you want to check that out after this one. For now though, the focus of this video is going to be on the Red Nyanko Ranger, and in this video, I want to see if they could be as super as their team or if they need additional assistance or can't do anything at all. In order to unlock this unit, you need to roll the Nyanko Rangers event gacha. Before we start, like, subscribe, comment, the whole ordeal. The footage of the Red Nyanko Ranger is at level 50. In order to get us started, let's take a look at their stats. At level 30, they sport 16,000 health, deal 1.4k damage, and sport 1.7k DPS. They stand at 295 range, move at 19 speed, have a cost of 900 cents, 2 knockbacks, and have a cooldown of 23.2 seconds. They also deal massive damage to Aku. Against them, they deal 4.2k damage with 5.2k DPS. This unit right off the bat is meant to be an Aku damage dealer and nothing else, considering their damage is too low for any other enemy. Sporting 295 range, they can outrange quite a few Aku enemies, with Condemned Pang and Aku Gori being the most notable. Against them, they can outrange and pile on damage very quickly with their high effective DPS. As a unit that could be unlocked pretty early, they could be a useful unit to have reliable Aku damage into these threats, especially in the Aku realms, where the Aku seal makes damage multiplier abilities much more useful. Even before the Aku realms, they could be pretty useful in fighting the Wicked Cat as a means to break their shield quickly and to pile on damage fast. Their max level of 50 plus 20 gives them a fairly decent health stat of 32,000 with over 10,000 DPS into Akus. However, once progression enters late game, this unit's stats starts to fall off a ton. The biggest issue being their extremely long cooldown of 23 seconds, which can make it extremely difficult for them to keep up with the other stronger units you might have. Also, their lack of surge immunity can make it so most death surges kill them instantly, meaning an attempted stack can vanish into thin air. Eventually, once Paperboy is acquired, then this unit becomes outclassed in every way as an anti-Aku unit, delegating them to be only used in Labyrinth. There at least it could be a useful unit as a mid-game Aku Gori counter. While normally this is where my simple analysis of this unit would end, there are 2 things that need to be brought up before concluding. One is the unique ranger combos that have powerful effects but only apply to these 8 units on screen. Red Ranger's combos the Red Strike, which gives all Ranger units Kaijin Slayer. These are abilities that make up most of the anniversary event enemies and as such, don't really have any application outside of this event. During it however, it can make fighting some of these enemies way easier. Kaijin Slayer gives all Ranger units 2.5 times damage and reduces their damage from Kaijin enemies to 40%. As such, Red Ranger's effective health at level 30 jumps to 40,000, and their damage into Kaijin enemies jumps to 3.5k with 4.4k DPS. Into the Aku Kaijin enemies on screen, this damage jumps to 10,000 damage with 13k DPS. As for the other Nyanko Ranger combos, the 2 most relevant ones that would apply to them are Yellow Strike and Gold Silver Strike, the latter of which is going to be added during the 13.5 anniversary event if they run it globally. Yellow Strike gives all Ranger units wave immunity. The main thing this changes is that it allows Red Ranger to be used as a Death Quarry counter, as it can comfortably outrange them and they don't have to worry about getting chunked by their waves. This can be especially useful into 4-star stages where Octopus can't be used. Gold Silver Strike gives Ranger units surge immunity, which helps Red Ranger a lot in their matchup with death surges and especially Medusan. However, it really isn't worth sacrificing 3 of your lineup slots so one unit can do a little bit better at handling surges. So, how good is the Red Nyanko Ranger? Well, they're a fairly solid unit in the early to mid game as an Aku attacker, especially if plus levels are added on. However, the overall strength of late game paired with their long cooldown makes them extremely difficult to get value out of them there. Once Paperboy is unlocked, then this unit really has no use outside of being a decent 4-star counter to Death Quarry and a decent Labyrinth unit. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this analysis of the Red Nyanko Ranger. If you thought this insight was interesting, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cats content, and comment down below your thoughts on them. I'd love to hear what you all think. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Gamet, Virus Aparo, Just a Shark, Gross Cat the Ultra, Potato King, Clamorous, Bailey Grover, Jade Rabbit, Tentacle Gaming, I May Be Dumb, I'm Too Few, Alex the Durex, Carlos Fabian, Hugberto, The Real Knight, Janik Altenberg, and the Gelatinous Cube for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shout out like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on and allows me to continue making content for all of you to watch. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.